Check. Yeah. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what is up? Sound like an African, what up? My bad to all my African folk out there. I mean, insult y'all, my fault. It's gonna be that kind of show, y'all. What up, y'all? I am Christopher Markland, and welcome to another Markland Mondays conversation. It's been a great week. Like I said, the wife's birthday was last week. Your boy just got back in town, so I'm got a little bit of jet lag, so I'm a little bit loopy. So if I say some crazy shit, crazier shit than normal, bear with me. Woo, bear with me. You're Africans? Oh, my bad, G-Dub. See, I already started. Man, we're not even 5 minutes in, and I'm already insulting folks. My bad. I'm Jamaican. It's close enough. My bad. Yeah, it's going to be, man, let me get my energy drink because it's going to be that kind of a show. I ain't even 2 minutes in and I done, oh Lord, I done stopped my stream. Uh-oh. I'm already on her shit list. Is that what you're saying? Oops. Well, so before I get too deep into it and get on anybody else's shit list, man. All right, so here's what we got. I am author Christopher Markland, author of the books Desperately Seeking Exclusivity and Desperately Seeking Pleasure. Book number 3, Desperately Seeking Clarity, to be released soon. Who am I? I'm just a dude that likes to write books and likes to talk shit and likes to talk about relationships. I love relationships. I love love, especially black love, but you know, it's all pink. Anyway, I love love. So tonight's conversation, what are we going to be talking about? What am I going to be running my mouth about? Sensitive is good, by the way. It's going to be a crazy show. I feel it. So anyway, tonight, what are we going to be talking about? We are going to be talking about nudes and sex tapes. That's right, nudes. We're going to be talking about everything. You know, talking about the dick pics and the nude pics and the, you know, impromptu sex tapes in the middle of nowhere. You know, you might go into an IHOP bathroom or something like that. Allegedly. I'm just saying. We're going to be talking about it all. But before we get into it, let me say this. This is an adult show. So, just like G-Dub said in the conversation, she's not that sensitive. If you are sensitive and it's like, oh my Lord, oh, how could you talk about such topics? If that's the case, just be advised that this ain't a show for you. So this isn't this is an adult show. We have adult discussions about adult topics, and we're gonna be saying some stuff. Also, keep in mind that we are good. Like I said, we're going to be talking about some stuff. We're going to be talking about different topics, different things. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows exactly what's going on. But let's dig into it. Tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about sex tapes and nudes, or vice versa. What got me even thinking about this, right? Couple things. One, I had a homegirl. She sent me, me and her, once again, just different people. I'm always talking about different things, different relationships, different things like that. And one of the things that she and we were talking about, she basically was talking about a dude who was creatively trying to get her to send him some nudes, right? Now, it happens. I'm shocked that it does, because most of us men, especially black men, we don't cheat. We don't do anything untoward. So I think that he was basically asking her for her favorite Bible scripture, and things just got twisted. And how it came across was that he was asking for nudes. Now, that was, let me stop. Hell yeah, he was asking for nudes, right? So she and I, as we talked about the conversation, talked about it. I wish I had it to throw up on the screen. But it was kind of it was just an interesting thing as we were having a conversation. And in fact, let me see if I'm gonna try and find it while I'm running my mouth. So as she and I were talking about it, she was just talking about how all the different ways that dudes are just either asking for her nudes or they're asking for dick pics, whatever the case may be. It was always the same thing. It's like, yo, let me see you. Hold on a second. I'm just saying, people be asking for Bible scriptures. You never know. Especially us dudes, that's what we do. First of all, what y'all ain't gonna do? We ain't gonna have that kind of conversation tonight, y'all. I'm telling you, we're not doing that tonight. Okay? And also, hey, what video? Is my video up and running today? Let me make sure y'all can see me. Can y'all see my semi-handsome face? I'm kind of cute. I just want to make sure y'all can see me. Drop a 1 in the chat room if you can see your boy. I love that, bro. That's what we do. All right, cool. Glad that y'all can see me. Probably not the other way around. Y'all be like, damn, I got to see this dude again. Anyway, let me drop this link for y'all as well, so that way y'all can make sure you can get ready to jump into the conversation as well, because I want to make sure, I want to hear what y'all got to say tonight. And if you want to send me some nudes or whatever, just for research purposes, I'll be more than open to accept them, and I will check them out. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. One of the things that as we talked about that, just how basically sending nudes, I got to think, I was like, yo, what does it take? Nowadays it's different. Obviously, now we have the technology to where we can be snapping body parts and shooting them over. We got Titty Tuesday, we got all of that good stuff. So nudes are just a part of dating, it seems like, right? So it just got me to think. Excuse me, COVID. Let me stop. So as we were talking about it, I just wondered, it's like, yo, when do we send nudes? How far into the relationship do we send nude pics? How far into it do we go before we're like, yo, let me show you what I'm working with? How, and those are some of the questions I want to find out from y'all tonight. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. I think I got it. Because I'm gonna show you the conversation that we had, if my technology will keep up with me. Now we had the technology to where we can be snapping body parts and so that's one of the things. And then another thing that got me to really thinking about nudes and etc. I was going through my TikTok, my For You page, and I came across a video. I came across it or the wife showed it to me. I can't remember. But what it was a guy was like, yo, gentlemen, somewhere, anywhere around the planet, somebody has got some nudes of your girlfriend / wife. How do you feel about that? And I was sitting there thinking, my wife was a virgin when I met her. In fact, she was living in a monk somewhere. Not a monk, but what they call a nunnery. Anyway, she was there, so I know, no, we're all adults. So I'm like, damn, that is true. Somebody probably does have some nudes, or she may have made a sex tape. Who knows what the hell she's done, but somebody's got pictures of that. And I was like, they're lost. So, but there's some dudes who are like, yo, can't believe you did that to me. And it's like, damn, how do you handle that? Right? Because it's like, it's kind of crazy the world that we live in. So you just never know, how people are going to react to that. So, like I said, all of those things got me really thinking about just nudes and sex tapes when it comes to dating. Me, I grew up. I came up. Y'all, some of y'all may have known it. For my Atlanta people, y'all already know Freaknik. Oh my God. Some of the greatest things in history occurred during Freaknik. However, I remember being one of them dudes that was holding up that had my little video cam, because I'm gonna date myself here, but this was way before the advent of what they call the damn thing, before cell phones and camera phones and all that. So we had a big ass camera that we're sitting here, taking pictures of, or recording videos, and there was some stuff that was Freaknik 93, 94, 95. My God, those were the greatest years in history. You can talk about the launching of the space shuttle. You can talk about, Jackie Robinson, but no. Freaknik. Those were instrumental Black history moments and changed my life for what it is right now. And I, for one, am glad I grew up during that era. Okay, I saw Michael Jordan play, and I also lived through Freaknik. Life's good. So those, Freaknik, I swear to God. Anyway, you look at events such as Freaknik, Bike Week, hell, Mardi Gras. Y'all know, if y'all have done some things for some beads, let your boy know. I'm just saying. A monastery? No, a monastery is for dudes. The monastery is for them dudes that be like humming with the big robes and stuff. I thought a nunnery is I can't remember. Anyway, talk to the chat. So, I came up during that era, and I remember that there were some things that were going on Bike Week down in Myrtle Beach. My Lord, it's just crazy, right? The convent, that's what it is. Thank you. Boy, that's where the chat be coming through. I saw Michael Jordan play. So, just some of the videos that took place, and don't get me wrong, on one of my favorite websites for researching different, things, XNXX, I come across different videos in my research for this show, because y'all, I go through great lengths to make sure I put together a strong production for you guys. And in doing my research, like I said, there are different websites that I do peruse in order to make sure that this is the best content possible. And as I said, going on XNXS and other websites of that, in order to get the material, I come across different types of videos, right? So those are the things that, those types of videos are there where people come up with different things, right? Oh, there's an echo? That's not good. Huh. So, see what we got going on. Some of the videos that took place, and don't get me wrong, on one of my favorite websites for researching. I'm just saying. I wonder what it's like to go to a convent. Also, but those are things in the past, like Freaknik, Bike Week, Mardi Gras. Hell, if it wasn't for COVID, it'd probably be popping right a couple months ago. But if you bring it up now into the present, OnlyFans, right? There are a lot of people that make easy money, quick money. However, there are some long-term ramifications that come with the OnlyFans type of income, just like anything else, right? I mean, it may not be hardcore porn. It may not be, some in-depth stuff. However, there was just a situation a couple weeks ago, maybe about a month at this point, where there was a kid who basically he's at school, and another kid was like, yo, I seen your mom's goodies on OnlyFans or whatever website, and now this kid's traumatized for life. I want to say he jumped off. I don't know what the hell happened to him. However, those are the things that can happen. So, it's those issues that come up in this day and age that we live in, where from nudes or sex tapes, things are going to happen. Now, on the flip side, don't get me wrong, hell, superstars and careers were made off of sex tapes. Think about it. How many people got famous from Ray J's dick, basically, right? That sex tape that he made with Kim Kardashian pretty much thrust her into the spotlight. See what I did there? You know what I'm saying? It thrust her forward, and now look where we are now. And then you had things, I want to say Home Depot and Lowe's recorded record-breaking sales on shower rods because of that Mimi Faust sex tape. So, and now it seems like there are a lot of people that either are launching sex tapes when their album sales suck. You know what I'm saying? It's like things happen when, because of that. So it's really and truly crazy to think about how sex tapes have influenced our society, where it used to be, it was a thing of, I don't want to use the word shame, but people would frown upon those types of things. But now it's like, okay, if my career's stalling, I'm just going to drop a sex tape, and it's like now people got release tapes. What was it? Hulk Hogan had a sex tape, and, the list goes on and on. So, in when it comes to those things, when it comes to OnlyFans, when it comes to nudes, when it comes to sex tapes, those are things that people usually volunteer or ask for or ask to participate in. However, there are certain things where you do not want to have any damn thing to do with it. However, ladies especially, I know y'all may get the unsolicited dick pic. If you've ever got a dick pic, hit me with that one. Let me know. All right. And fellas, if you've ever sent a dick pic, let me know. Hit me with that one. Hit me with a 2, rather. I'm just saying. Now, I've sent a dick pic a time or two. However, I really did stop sending them because, quite honestly, I got tired of the body shaming, y'all. I got tired of the laughter. It hurt. It hurt. I'm sitting here showing you a special part of me, trying to let this lady know just how long my love is for her, my interest is for her, and instead I get laughing emojis or LOL. It's not right. I don't think y'all ladies quite understand what it takes for us men to send the dick pic. Yes, we get it. You didn't ask for it. Fine. We can discuss the semantics later. The bottom line is, here I am sending this to you and y'all laugh. I'm just saying. Now, I get it. I've sent a dick pic a time or two. However, I stopped. If you wanted the dick pic, it's a little bit different when you ask for it. But yes, we send it. But for real though, that's one of the main complaints. And I've said it before. Us dudes will talk our way out of the twat, and we will also dick pic our way out of the twat as well. There's a time and a place, and not all things photograph well, fellas. I'm just gonna let you know. And I've heard it too many times that that's not what that's not the look. So dick pics will definitely it's not right. Damn. I don't think y'all the dick pics will definitely get you in trouble. All right, let me adjust my mic real quick. Trying to figure out why we having this little echo situation. Yes, we get it. You didn't ask for it. All right. We can discuss the semantics later. Hold on one second, y'all. Here I am sending this to you, what the problem is. I get it. Okay. I get it. If you wanted the dick pic, it's a little problem. Sorry, y'all. Just having a little bit of technical difficulty. Got some feedback going on, and I think that's the issue right there. That's one of the main complaints, and I've said it before. Us dudes will talk our way. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to sort through this because it's always something. But anyway, so that's really the issue. I mean, when it comes to the dick pic, I get it. We want to show off our masterpiece. However, if that's not what she's looking for, you're going to have a bigger problem on your hands, right? So that right there is the issue when it comes to dick pics. Now, ladies, that's not the same. That's the unsolicited. But I want to know how many of y'all asked to see the dick pic. I'm just saying. Because some of y'all, and at the same time, I also want to know how many of y'all have actually maybe participated. Not participated but done a sex tape? So those are the questions that we're going to be talking about tonight. I have my feelings on them. I've got no problems whatsoever when it comes to sex tapes or dick pics or any of the sort. Me personally, I'm like, hey, I'm a firm believer. Let your freak flag fly. Fly. Run it. Have fun. We got one life. Have fun with it. So let me set something up real quick. We're gonna get back, and I want to hear y'all's feedback on it. All right. Be right back. Sorry, y'all. Just having a little bit of technical difficulty. Got some feedback going on, and I think that's the issue right there. But anyway, so that's really the issue. I mean, you know, when it comes to the dick pic, I get it. We want to show off our masterpiece. However, if that's not what you're looking for, you're going to have a bigger problem on your hands, right? So that right there is the issue when it comes to dick pics. All right, we are back. Sorry about that. Had to take care of some stuff. Y'all, you know, it's kind of crazy how that goes. So, a couple of y'all, I want to hear what y'all have to say. But also, I meant to mention this earlier. I meant to mention this earlier. I have someone who actually does boudoir pics, where she actually goes in and takes those nudes, if you will. If not even necessarily nudes per se, it may just you know what? I'm gonna let her talk. Tori, are you there? Start your audio, please. Run it. Have fun. We got one life. Have fun with it. So, let me set something up real quick. We're gonna get back, and I want to hear y'all's feedback on it. All right. Be right back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. All right. Let me bring you on. Hold on one second, okay? Hold on. Here we go. Hey, Tori, you there? Tori, you there? Okay. Hey, Tori, you there?
I'm here.
All right. Thank you. I can hear you loud and clear. Let me make sure that my audience can hear it. Everybody, can y'all hear Tori and can y'all see her? Make sure we got this thing working. Goddamn technology. Sorry about that. Had to take care of some stuff. So, Tori, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell the crew how you are. No nude. Wait a minute. No nude pic of you. Wait a minute. Seems to me we're gonna have some problems, y'all. Don't do nudes. How dare y'all? I'm sorry, my audience is just being real rude right now. Where she actually goes in and takes those nudes. So, Tori, tell us about what you do. You know what? I'm gonna let her talk. Tori, are you there? Start your audio, please. There are 3 of my audio. That's not good. That's a weird threesome. Okay. If you can hear me though, I tell you what, I see the problem. Bam. Okay. Tori, can you hear me? I can hear you. All right, let me bring you on. All right, let's go. So, Tori, talk to me. Tell me a little bit about what you do and how what you do is kind of different from the traditional sending nudes, okay? There we go. Hey, Tori, you there? Tori, you there? Terrible connection. Okay. Tell you what, here's what I'm gonna do, Tori. We got a bad connection. There's another person on hold. I am going to bring them in. I hear you loud and clear. Let me make sure that my audience. I'm gonna drop you off real quick because we got a bad connection. All right, hold on. Make sure we got the thing working. Do me a favor, get that straight because I do want everybody to Tori, go ahead talk about that real quick though. Okay, hold on. How you are? No need. Wait a minute. All right, so that was not a good connection at all. I'm not sure what's going on. We're struggling tonight with this system, but you know what? By hook or by crook, we're gonna make it work. Yeah. All right, so DJ could hear her and. So, Tori, Michelle couldn't hear her. I know we had a lot of bad audio connection. I'm not sure what's going on. I know it's a rainy night in Georgia tonight, so who knows if that has anything to do with anything, right? There are 3 of my audio. That's not good. So, yeah, it's very choppy. I agree with that, DJ. Okay. But while she's getting her stuff straight, I'm gonna go through these comments because I saw some pretty disrespectful comments being made, such as somebody was saying that they don't do nudes and things of that sort. Right, let's go. Let's see. So, Tori, on my level 6 says no nude pics of her. And how what you do is kind of different from the traditional sending nudes. Okay. No nude pics of you? That's not good. I mean, I'm just saying we gotta have the nudes now. Let's talk about it though. Seriously, let's talk about it. Tell you what. If for those of you who have sent a nude, right? For those of you who have sent a nude, what did it take for you to do that? You know, what did it take for how long? Let me ask you this way: how long into the relationship were you before you started sending nudes? And then on the flip side, how long was it that you were talking to a dude before he instantly said, "All right, let me just flat out send you this"? You know what? By hook or by crook, we're gonna make it work. Yeah. Like my boy Just, he said he's never sent an unsolicited dick pic. I like the fact that you put that qualifying there, unsolicited. My boy. I'm not sure what's going on. I know it's a rainy night. I appreciate that, sir. I appreciate that. Because I as well have never sent an unsolicited dick pic. I'm just saying. So, yeah, it's very choppy. I agree with that, DJ. But while she's getting her stuff straight, I'm gonna go through these comments because I saw some pretty disrespectful comments being made, such as somebody was saying that they don't do nudes and things of that sort. Let's see. On my level 6 says no nude pics of her. What you do is kind of different from the here we go. All right. I just posted the link to the Zoom chat. So if you want to join the conversation, just click that link. Y'all, please make sure that you check your audio, make sure everything's connected, and I will add you to the show from there. So let's make sure we got this. So my boy Just, or your boy Just, says he's never sent an unsolicited dick pic. I appreciate that, sir. I'm a firm believer in that you need to make sure that you get permission before you send that thing. How long into the relationship? Let's see. Let me go back through the chat. No nude pic. Only white women get. I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Let's see. On my level 6 says only white women get famous from a sex tape. Huh. Now that is a different angle. I'll be honest with you. He said he's never sent an unsolicited dick pic. I like the fact that you put that. I never really thought of that because now that I think about it, like I said, I remember the Mimi Faust sex tape. Who else was it that had one? Well, I've never sent an unsolicited dick pic. Darn, because Lord, I normally keep up with that just for research purposes only, of course. But I remember, didn't Cardi B have one at one point? Who else was it that had a sex tape that was black? There were quite a few, if I recall correctly. I mean, there were quite a few that have had sex tapes, right? Huh. Trying to think. Okay, only white. Who else the hell was it that had a sex tape? I just posted the link to the Zoom chat. So if you want to join the conversation, just click that link. Damn, can't really think of one. You may be right because, but I do remember this. I do remember that there was a congresswoman. I want to say she was from California, and she had a situation where her ex-boyfriend or something like that. He basically, he released some nudes of her, and I want to say that they had a let's see. That she ended up taking him to court, or there's something like that, and he basically, I think, either got locked up, and the situation was Karen Steffens. Yes. Oh my God, Karen Steffens, aka Superhead. My lord. Hold on one second, y'all. My lord. Superhead. Because now that I think about it, like I said, I remember the she's a great American. And it's women like her that make me proud to be alive. Sorry, y'all. Darn, because Lord, I normally keep up with that just for research purposes only, of course. But I remember, didn't Cardi B have one at one point? Yo, Superhead, aka Karen Steffens. My God. Oh man. Quite a few, if I recall correctly. I mean, Yeah, Mimi Faust had one. Yup. So, Karen Steffens, aka Superhead. First of all, just the fact that she has that name in and of itself speaks to the level of greatness that is that woman. That's black excellence right there. So yeah, Karen Steffens definitely had. She was. Did she actually have a sex tape, or did I know she had a sex book? Definitely Mimi Faust. But you know what? You might be right. Only it seems like only. Let me not say only, but it seems like a lot of white women have used that a sex tape to catapult themselves to another level, and it's usually with a black dude. Now that I think about it, didn't Paris Hilton have one? Yeah, Paris Hilton had a sex tape as well. Yo, something like that. And so, ladies in the chat, we're gonna go one by one. All right, fellas. First of all, have you ever sent an unsolicited dick pic? Yes or no? Yes. Simple question. Have you ever sent This is just for my fellas. We're going to go down the line. Have you ever sent an unsolicited dick pic? I have not sent an unsolicited dick pic. Have I sent a solicited dick pic? Yes. Was I met with laughter? Yes. Did it hurt my damn feelings? Superhead, yes. AKA Karen Steffens. Did I send another one to make up for it? Yes. She still laughed. She's laughing to this day. Oh, man. Hurt my damn feelings. Yeah, Mimi Faust had one. Yup. So, now, ladies, have you received an unsolicited dick pic? Yes or no? And how long into this situation, you and him were just talking, y'all were just having a good conversation, and all of a sudden it's like, flat out, here you go. And what did you think about it? Did she actually have a sex tape, or I know she had a sex book? Definitely Mimi Faust, but you know what? You might be right. All right. Hold on one second. Let me bring a couple people on into the conversation. Like a lot of white women have, and then you're on next, okay, Torian. So those of you in the Zoom room waiting to get in, it's gonna be David, then Michelle, and then Torian to bring it home. All right. Didn't Paris Hilton have one? Yeah, Paris Hilton had a sex tape as well. Yo, something like that. And so, ladies in the chat, we're gonna go one by one. All right, fellas, first of all, have you ever sent an unsolicited... All right, here we go. Yes or no? What up, David? Thanks for joining the conversation. Tonight, we are talking about nudes and sex tapes. First things first, brother, have you sent an unsolicited dick pic? And have you sent nudes or participated in a sex tape? I just want to know. I mean, I'm really just being nosy at this point. Never unsolicited? They always ask for the D? I got you, brother. Talk to me. What you got tonight? Yo.
Unsolicited dick pics, like the act is so like it's an act of desperation or some shit to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. Like I can't bring myself to doing that. It's just not like I don't know.
It's just not you.
Now sometimes during the conversation, what I may do.
Now, ladies, have you received an unsolicited dick pic? Yes or no?
Mm-hmm. Into sex.
And how long into this situation, you and him were just talking, y'all were having a good conversation, and all of a sudden it's like, flat out, here you go. And what did you think about it?
You holding it with that, it's not curious. So that's
mm-hmm. Let me bring a couple people.
I never did because
those of you in the David, then Michelle, and then Torian to bring it home. All right. All right. Yeah. You say you gonna turn it into a photo shoot, dog? Yo, you know what? I guess for a dude, it is a little bit different. When we do it, it's like flat out. But I think for women, they gotta The lighting's got to be right. They got to have, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot more work. Ladies, if I'm wrong, let me know. Have you sent nudes or participated in a sex tape? I just want to know. I mean, I'm really just being nosy at this point. Mm-hmm. Never unsolicited. They always ask for the D. I got you, brother. Why is this audio? Talk to me. What you got tonight? Yo. Hey, y'all, I tell you what. We're having some serious streaming issues. Here's what I'm going to do. Hold on one second, Jess. I'm gonna put y'all on a quick hold. I am going to let me do something with the system because the audio is like terrible. Hold on one second. Boy, I swear to God, you got to love technology, don't you? Woo! All right. Had to do a few things, had to take care of some stuff, boy, and... You got to love technology, don't you? Boy, I'm telling you. Boy. Had to do a few things, had to take care of some stuff. We are back. Let me get my... let's see, where were we? Just, were you on? Let's see, if you are there... Let me get my... let's see, where were we? Just, were you on? All right. So, let me get you back in, and then we're going to just test this audio, make sure that it sounds good. All right, let's see where we are. Just, let me hear you, brother. You there real quick? My man. All right, let's go. Zoom transition. All right, my man. So, what were you saying? Y'all let me know in the chat if how my man sounds too, by the way. All right, my man. So, what were you saying? Y'all let me know in the chat if how my man sounds too, by the way. Okay. That's a sign of desperation. You know, it's kind of like a Hail Mary pass. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, I'm not my ego and my pride. Yeah. It's just. Yeah. You're just not built that way. Yeah. Yeah. Nah, really not. Yeah. But you know, in conversation. You're just not built that way. The conversation over to sex, where we talking about sex, and she'll, you know, pose questions, and I'll let her know, and eventually she's like, "Let me sleep." And that's what I'm like. You set her up, sir. Don't, man to man, you set it up. Cut it out, man to man. You set that thing up. I already know, but go ahead. Man to man, you set it up. Cut it out, man to man. You set that thing up. I already know, but go ahead. Man to man, you set it up. Man to man, you set that thing up. I already know. Go ahead. I have no issues. I've done a few of them. This man said a few. Okay. My wife is like, damn, nigga. This man said a few. Okay. Hey, don't let this Markland Mondays get you in trouble, sir. Hey, I'm just saying. Hey, don't let this Markland Mondays get you in trouble, sir. Hey, I'm just saying.
come to find out the type of person they are,
Yeah.
that shit come back and kind of like fuck you up or bite you in the ass or some shit.
Yup.
Because you never know where you're gonna be in life at a certain point, and your stature or whatever, and they might want to, try to fuck you up with that shit. But other than that, no mind. And women, for the most part, try to, as once you get past the whole convincing them to do it,
Yeah.
then then that's when you worry about lighting. Because then it's like, nah, I don't want that. No, do this. I'm like, hey man, like, this is just some beat off material when you're not around. Relax. We're not gonna showcase. This is not no opening night. This video.
Right. It's just a spur of the moment. Let's have fun with it type situation, right? Yeah. Right. It's just a spur of the moment. Let's have fun with it. Well, you know what, man? I definitely appreciate you. And I agree with you 100%. I'm just saying. It's one of them things where, you got the camera, drinks been flowing, and next thing you know, it's like, yo, let's do this. So I definitely agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Hey, man. Yo, so I appreciate you doing it to me, man. Thank you, brother. I wholeheartedly agree. No doubt. Hey, man. So, it's like my man was just saying. It's one of them things where it just happens, right? I personally, have never, like my man said, it's one of them things where it's unsolicited. That's the difference between a solicited and an unsolicited, dick pic. Tori, are you there? Hey, Torian, are you there? There you go. I can hear you. I'm going to bring you on. All right. I can hear you. Still a little choppy, but I got you. Hold on. Satorian, what's happening? Welcome to another Pretty good. Now, the reason that Torian Percy, she is a woman that is, a great photographer. She's done a couple shoots with me for me as well. But I really wanted to bring her on because one of the things that she does is she does those erotic boudoir photos, meaning she goes into, I guess, you know what? Let me not tell them all about it, Tori. Tell the people what you do. I can hear you. I'm gonna bring you on. All right. I can hear you. Still a little choppy, but I got you. Hold on.
I am a researcher.
Satorian, what's happening?
But on my off time, I am a portrait photographer.
Welcome to Pretty good. Now, the reason that Torian Percy, she is a woman that is, a great photographer. She's done a couple shoots with me for me as well. But I really wanted to bring her on because one of the things that she does is she does those erotic boudoir photos, meaning she goes into, I guess, you know what? Let me not tell them all about it, Tori. Tell the people what you do.
When I moved to Georgia, the Bible Belt was prominent. Christian black women want to take sexy pictures, especially they want to document it. So moving into this space, I try to overlay my mental health background as well as my passion for photography. I think the sweet spot for that is more where I can help empower women, help them to transform their perceived flaws to access, literally and figuratively, and really showcase what they have as a woman. So even when I introduced myself, I said that I was a researcher and a photographer, but essentially I'm a woman first, and what does that come with? And that comes with femininity, sensuality, sexiness, and that's what I'd like to showcase in the boudoir scene. So essentially I've set up a survey. I'm survey driven, as Chris and Michelle would know. I want to know what your attributes are, what you see as your best asset, and also if it's a gift that you're not too comfortable with. Is it the food? Is it the cellulite? Whatever the case may be, and I want to be able to, when we actually meet and shoot, showcase those things in the light that you would feel comfortable. So that's essentially what I do. I like to get people women in this mindset, like what kind of music do makes you feel like a bad bitch. Like, so we're gonna play the bad music.
So usually, and what I'm doing is I'm showing the audience as well, some of your pictures that you've taken, and it's like, yeah, there's definitely some femininity popping right there. I am I'm liking that. I ain't gonna lie. That is some good stuff right there. Yes. So, and these were pictures that were taken, I'm not sure if you can see them on the screen, but these are pictures that you took. Was she just a model, or is she an actual client that is doubling as a model? And what made you actually want to get into into doing this? I know you said the mental health, but what was it that said, hey, this is something, is it you saw like an untapped market, or did you see like, hey, this is an opportunity for me, like you said, to help women's mental health and, to make them feel, to help women feel better about themselves? What was it specifically that said, hey, this is something that I want to do to help not just women, but couples as a whole? I'm not sure if you can see them on the screen, but these are pictures that you took. Was she just a model, or is she an actual client that is doubling as a model? And what made you actually want to get into doing this? I know you said the mental health, but what was it that said, hey, this is something, is it you saw like an untapped market, or did you see like, hey, this is an opportunity for me, like you said, to help women's mental health and, to make them feel, to help women feel better about themselves? What was it specifically that said, hey, this is something that I want to do to help not just women, but couples as a whole?
Who we are as Black women, because we know it's phenomenal.
It's funny that you say that, because someone else in the comment section said the same thing, that is, that the people, specifically the women that have used the sex tape to launch themselves to a different level in their career, whatever the case may be, have been white women. And it's so funny to me to hear you say that. I won't say funny, but it's interesting that you say that, Black women don't necessarily have the space to, one, showcase themselves that way in like people in the comments are saying, hey, beautiful, sexy, sensual, and still classy, and that's one of the reasons why I'm really glad you jumped in, because it's like you just said, a lot of Black women don't have the vehicles, and I'm glad to see that you saw that and are using that to basically, help women move forward in that way. To a different level in their career, whatever the case may be, have been white women. And it's so funny to me to hear you say that, I won't say funny, but it's interesting that you say that, Black women don't necessarily have the space to, one, showcase themselves that way in like people in the comments are saying, hey, beautiful, sexy, sensual, and still classy, and that's one of the reasons why I'm really glad you jumped in, because it's like, right, like you just said, a lot of Black women don't have the vehicles, and I'm glad to see that you saw that and are using that. I got you, man. It's really cool, and like I said, that's one reason when I actually reached out to you prior to the show, because I know that this is something that you do, and I know we're talking about nudes and sex tapes. However, and it kind of goes back to what just the caller prior to you said, sometimes things are impromptu. Sometimes things are, spur of the moment. It's like, yo, let's put this thing on a tripod. Let's get the ring light. Let's get it popping. However, what a lot of people don't realize is that there are people like yourselves, artists like yourself, who are able to take that spur of the moment thing and make it something even that much more beautiful, that much more sensual. I mean, everyone, that sees these images are like, yo, these are some classy shots, so it's not necessarily, porn, even though there's not a damn thing wrong with porn. I'm just saying, it's interesting that people don't know that, you can tap into your naughty side, whether you're in a couple situation or you're just a woman or a man by yourself. There's certain things that you can do, Let's get the ring light. Let's get it popping. However, so it's kind of, a lot of people don't realize a little notification. So it's definitely, certain things that you can do in order to make it happen. And I love the fact that you're doing that. But I gotta ask though, let's go on the wild side a little bit. What is the these images are like the weirdest situation, I guess, for lack of a better word. The weirdest shoot, the most sensual shoot that you've had. I'm just saying, it's interesting that I'm really curious, where things got wild and raw. Can you? Is that something you can share with us? Couple situation, or you're just a woman or a man by yourself. There's certain things that you can do, So it's kind of a little notification. So it's definitely certain things that you can do in order to make it happen. And I love the fact that you're doing that. But I gotta ask though, let's go on the wild side a little bit. An atheist? The weirdest situation, I guess, for lack of a better word. The weirdest shoot, the most sensual shoot that you've had. It's interesting. I'm really curious, where things got wild and raw. Can you? Is that something you can share with us? What? Wait a minute. Rewind that, please, madam, because I'm sure my audience didn't catch that. I'm doing this for my audience. This is not for me and my pleasure, mind you. I am doing this for my audience and for my audience only. So, if you don't mind, please and thank you, could you please repeat exactly what it is that you just said? Because we're having a little audio difficulty. What happened now? I'm listening. What you got? Uh-huh. Is that something you can share with us? What? Wait a minute. Rewind that, please, madam, because I'm sure my audience didn't catch that. I'm doing this. Wait a minute. Audience. So not for me. I'm not even gonna ask how that went down. Was it a good shoot? Though? Mind, please and thank you. Could you please repeat exactly what it is that you just said? Because we're having a little difficulty. What happened now? Yeah, I mean, because how can you hold a camera and do all that at the same time? I completely agree. Yeah, that makes it difficult for you as an artist to do what you got to do. Wait a minute. We're definitely gonna have. I'm good. I'm thinking about how to. Huh? Please, madam, because I'm sure my audience didn't catch that. I'm doing this. Wait a minute. So I'm not. I can imagine. Well, Torian, I appreciate you being on. If you want to drop your information in the comment section, your website, however people can reach out to you, by all means do so. Thank you for sharing that. I know we've had a little bit of audio stuff, so I'm trying to get everything fixed in the background. But the stuff y'all go through out there, man. This is why I love doing these shows. So thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Definitely gonna have, no doubt. I'm good. I'm thinking about how to. All right, so I'm getting getting a little bit of feedback, or getting feedback from some of you guys in the chat. I know it seems like the audio is acting up yet again. Not quite sure why, but wow, I've heard some stuff, but this is interesting, man. This is like Jesus. Thank you for sharing. I'm not quite sure why we're having this. I'm trying to get issue because it seems to be working fine. I am, but it's not translating very well over to y'all. This is why I love doing these shows. So thank you for joining us. How many of y'all would do the boudoir pics? If you're, would you do it solo or would you do it in a couple type situation? If you have done them, let me know. Getting a little bit of feedback. Or getting feedback from some of you guys in the chat. I know it seems like audio is. I can honestly say that that's something I've thought about doing, but I have never actually followed through with it. It's just something I don't know. It's interesting though, but like I said, it's just not something that I've ever seen myself wanting to do. I'm not quite sure why we're having this. Because it seems to be working fine. I am, but it's not translating very well over to y'all. So. Thank you for joining us. How many of y'all would do the boudoir pics? If you're, would you do it solo or would you do it in a couple types? So let's talk about it. Let's get back on topic here. Like I said, I've been trying to work on this audio stuff in the background, and it is just acting up. It is acting a real donkey right now. Yeah, very well could be the Zoom. I don't know why it's doing that. But I have never actually followed through with it. I'm not sure, but let's get back on it. So one of the things that Torian talked about was the fact that, taking nudes, if you will, doesn't have to be a situation where there's anything wrong with it, if that makes any sense. I mean, it's the human body, and I'm a firm believer in showcasing the body. It's yours. You ain't got but one. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got but one, so it's like, yo, show it off. You know what I'm saying? Show it off. Let everybody know just who you are and show that thing off. Now, what she said is kind of interesting towards the end, where she was talking about the fact that when she was invited, she was brought in to take the shot, and then it turned into something a whole lot different. Now that's one of the things I love about sex and sensuality and stuff like that. And it seems like there are people that have different appetites. There are people that want different things, but they just don't know how to go about asking for it. And that to me is the most interesting. My lady wants to take a whole boudoir shoot. Let's see, my man let's see in the comment section. Man, it's like everything is just dragging right about now. All right, so your boy Just, he says, my lady wants to take a whole boudoir shoot. Wait a minute, why not? Just curious, why would you not want your lady to do that? I mean, from what I understand, it's going to be a private show just up for her, just up for you and her. So I'm just curious as to why is that? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's just to each his own. And and at the same time, y'all bear with me, I'm doing some stuff in the background as well. So I'm just curious as to, is that something that you gentlemen, would you let would you let your lady do that? Is that something that you would want her to do? Would you be comfortable with her doing that? Or is that something you'd be like, yeah, I don't think so. And is that something you would do with her? Is it? Would you want to take the boudoir shots and do all that other stuff? I'm really curious about that. Like Just says, this lady wants to take a whole boudoir shoot, but he's like, I don't know. I say, let's go, run it, run it, show that thing off. Be like, hey. Because think about it, if you're having a shoot and it's one of those things where it's a classy shoot, people, she's in a controlled environment, things, you never know. I mean, it's a sensual situation, all right? What up, Cheryl? Thanks for joining the conversation. Michelle says it sounds a whole lot better. I have no idea as to what was going on, why the Zoom wasn't working right. It's one of those things, we are building this show. And also, let me say that I do appreciate each and every one of y'all joining me on this. I know, so one of the things every week I'm learning, every week we're doing something different. We're introducing new things, new technology. So, hey, taking nudes, if you will, doesn't have there are going to be some bumps in the road, but damn it, y'all riding with me. And I appreciate that. Oh, wait a minute. Now, Just says that's the thing. It wouldn't be just for us. She's going to want to show the pic. Oh, good point. But wait a minute. I hear what you're saying, Just, but look at this. All right. You see this picture of old girl right here. That's a clean looking shot, sir. Or if you look now, don't get me wrong. There's a little, you can see a little bit of the twattage down there at the bottom. That's kind of hot when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? So, and this shot right here, that's kind of sexy. So I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying, but that's one of the things I don't know, man. I don't know. I hear you. It seems like there are people that have different appetites. I hear you. Cheryl, let's see. Cheryl says that's something that women do for themselves. So Cheryl, I'm going to ask you directly. Is that something you would do? Would you take the boudoir pictures? And Betty and Shell, you kind of joined the conversation a little bit late. Tonight we're talking about, nudes and sex tapes. So I got to ask you, since you're the last one to join the conversation, have you ever sent a nude? Have you ever received a dick pic, especially the unsolicited dick pics? For everybody that's joining the conversation a little late, let me know in the comment section. If you have, yes, I have gotten one. Yes, I have sent one. Yes, I just want to know, right? Let's see. My man Larry, he says, yo, I do it for my lady. I do it all day. But here's the thing. You're a photographer. So you already got everything you need, to do it. So, and he says, yo, I'm going to do it for my lady. Honestly, I think that there's things like this are really, really cool to do, especially if you and your lady, if she's comfortable with doing it. Would you let your lady do that? I'm not mad at that. That you would want her to do. Would you be comfortable with her doing that, or is that something you'd be like, yeah, I don't think so? Just say, it's clean and sexy and all that, but he's like, I'm not gonna do all that. What do you say? All that sexiness is for my eyes only, and the ones who saw it before me. You know what? I ain't mad at that, brother. I'm not mad at that at all, because at the end of the day, it's mine's. So I feel you. And you know what? What he just said, well, just right there, what Jess just said, all that sexiness is for my eyes only and the ones who saw it before me. That's what kind of got this conversation going for me was, I was watching a TikTok video, and one of the ones that came across my For You page, just to reiterate what we were talking about earlier, was the fact that the video came up and the dude was like, yo, how many men have seen, have right now in their phone have a picture or a video of your current wife or significant other? And I was like, yo, interesting. That's a damn good question. How many dudes, do have a picture of my old lady? How many, not that it makes a damn difference, but it was just an interesting thought. So as Just says right here, the ones who saw it before me, that's kind of like what got me thinking about that. And like I said, it's like we were talking about earlier. We live in a society when it comes to OnlyFans and there are a lot of women that are more empowered to show their body. Cool. However, we talked about the ramifications of that. How things can go left real quick. So it's like Cheryl in the chat. She says, "Yo, she do it in a heartbeat." It's unfortunate though that we do live in a society where even though you have just as much empowerment, there are situations where people choose to share what is essentially an adult picture and just want to put people on blast for whatever reason, either their feelings hurt, whatever the case may be. So you have somebody that I do hear what you're saying, but where people are going to put it out there. It's like Cheryl said, she don't send pics, nor do I ask. My ass and patch of hair is not public. All right. Well, if you want to keep them public hairs to yourself, then so be it. But there are people out there that is, and that's one of the reasons why I'm sure that Cheryl is saying that. It's like, yo, if I do put myself out there, who knows what people are going to do and what they're going to do with those pictures. Now, I'm not even going to lie to you, keeping it a stack. You know what I'm saying? It's like my favorite genre of happy-go-lucky movies on a certain website, if you will, are I kind of like the what they call it, the homemade videos or whatever. Just that style. It's just something about it where it's unedited. So there are people out there that make a lot of money doing that, and there are people who get caught up in that. Like I was referencing earlier, there's a congresswoman in California who got caught up in that situation, right? I forget the term that they use. I'm looking it up right now. System's dragging. Where But basically, this congresswoman, she had to resign her seat over a situation like that. So, what's essentially was a private situation for her, and I guess whatever dude she was kicking it at the time, instead ended up being a case where now her whole life is upside down, and she had to take the dude to court. She had to go through a whole bunch of that. Here it is. Katie Hill was the congresswoman, and she basically had a whole bunch of nude pictures of her released. So, pretty nice pictures, by the way. I'm looking just for research purposes only, mind you. So it's things like that really make people reluctant to want to go ahead and do certain things because there's some foul people out there. That goes back to Justice's point, what he was just saying earlier, where it's like, yo, that's between me and my lady. Understandable so. Revenge porn. That's what it is. Thank you, Michelle. Revenge porn. That's exactly what it is. And when you stop and think about it, why is it revenge?
But it was just an interesting thought.
We live in a society that not only is it easy to have access to this kind of material, but we live in a petty ass society too, where if I can't have you, nobody can. That bullshit. And because I can't be with you and I have these pictures, I'm gonna blast you or put you on hold. You know what I'm saying? It's like and don't get it twisted. It's not just against women as well. If you recall, what's the dude that who was running for the governor of Florida? You remember it came out where he had a scandal as well, to where he had gay pictures of him. He was passed out, high on drugs or whatever the case was, and whatever the case may be. So you have somebody that the same dudes that he was partying with outed him.
Where people are going to put it out there. It's like
so here it is. This dude his career was on the rise. His political career was on the rise. It was, young black dude. Andrew Gillum was his name, right? And so basically, he was keeping his in the closet doing his thing, and he passed out high and drunk or whatever the case may be. And next thing you know, these people take pictures of him. He doesn't know what the hell's going on and posted it. So now his whole career it's a wrap, because in the black community, especially, it's hard to recover from that. But here's the thing as well, though. He did have a wife. I want to say he had 2 kids. So here it is now. He's basically been outed by people that he thought he could trust his secret with. So his career's over with. His family, I think he's still married to his wife, but who knows how that's going to work. And then on top of that, he had to, basically come out as bisexual. Where it's things like that make it hard for everybody, if you will,
but basically
to really live their truths. Whatever you want to do, that's your business. And that's why I love what Torian does, by taking the boudoir pictures, because like she said, it's mental health. If you feel sexy, if you want to, take the same pictures that you see a supermodel in, whatever, what Playboy magazine, if you want to live that life, by all means, run it. But we can't do so for fear of somebody, just like Casey said, and thanks for joining the show, Casey, revenge porn. It is childish. It's no different than, if I can't have her, nobody can. I'm going to tarnish her image. I'm going to do this to smear her name because she's no longer with me, or because you have pictures that she chose to send to you, or you took for her. Now you're going to use that against her. Or him, as in the case of Andrew Gillum. That's just some bullshit. If it doesn't work out, just move the hell on. Go on with your life.
Thank you, Michelle. Revenge porn. That's exactly.
Thank you, Casey. I appreciate somebody else that enjoys amateur vids.
Why is it revenge?
You know what? I like you, Casey. You're all right with me. That's right, Michelle. It was Andrew Gillum. Like I said, it was a sad situation that happened to that dude. And don't get me wrong, I'm also a firm believer in, come on out, be who you are. But I completely understand that that's not the society that we live in. Okay, especially as a politician, it's just not. Especially in the state of Florida. So I get why, he was trying to keep that part of his life a secret, but at the end of the day, it's a wrap.
Who was running for the governor of Florida?
Cheryl, she says we live in an attention deficit society with social media. People need it to validate themselves and now depend on getting validation from strangers to live their life.
High on drugs or whatever the case was.
I agree with you. Social media does play a huge part in our lives now, and that's why you have OnlyFans to a certain extent. That's why you have Instagram models to a certain extent. There are a lot of beautiful people, and people been beautiful, but now they have an avenue in which to showcase their beauty, and people are paying a premium for it. Not mad at it because, you know, I'm a big fan of capitalism. If you got a product and somebody wants to buy it, well, hell, sell it. I mean, think about it. Prostitution's been around a long time. They call it the oldest what do they call it?
He doesn't know what the hell's going on.
The oldest profession for a reason.
His whole career it's a rap.
And as long as dudes are horny, somebody's gonna sell it to them. So I'm not a fan of. I am not a fan of OnlyFans. I'm not a fan of. I am a fan of OnlyFans. I'm a huge fan of prostitutes and all that good stuff. It's like, yo, you got a commodity, use it. I got a mouthpiece and a voice, and I'm using it. I'm gonna make some money off of it. If you got the twattage and what a man wants, and you want to use it, sell it. If nobody buys it, cool. If everybody buys it, raise your price. Have at it. As long as you are doing it, you know, doing what you do for an adult, run it. Pauline Bowen says these pictures should be kept private, and a lot of people lose opportunity in life when they try to get good jobs. These pictures show up out of yes, that is so true. And going back to what Cheryl said, a lot of people don't know how to necessarily keep their private lives private, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who do try to keep it as private as possible. They get put on blast by other petty people. Going back to what Casey said when she's, you know, talking about revenge porn. You know, there are plenty of people, and think about it, we live in a paparazzi society. There are people that earn their living outing people, running up on them, taking pictures, doing any and everything in order to, you know, put people on blast. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you really and truly can't there's sometimes you can't necessarily protect yourself from it. Now when it comes to a case, you remember Britney Spears a couple years back, where she was getting out of a car, and next thing you know the paparazzi took a picture of her twat. She wasn't trying to do that.
Don't get me wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm also a firm believer.
So Michelle asks, I'm a huge fan of prostitutes. Yeah.
But I completely
yes, I am. That doesn't necessarily mean that I partake in their services, but I'm a whole huge fan of just sex trade, period.
So I get why, you know, he was trying to keep that part of his life a secret, but at the end of the day,
it's one of those things where
Cheryl, she says we live in an attention deficit society with social media. People need it.
It's your body, and like I said, it's no different than a rapper. It's no different than, you know, you name anybody that uses their body as a medium, right? If it's a talent that you were born with. Like I said, Superhead, I'm not mad at her at all.
That's why you
at all. Because guess what? She got a super head, and damn it, she got paid off of it. I'm not mad at that. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of prostitutes. If you think about it, basically, for me, I look at prostitution as you are selling your body or a portion of your body for money. Now, that's not the same to say that I'm a fan of sex trafficking or a fan of child porn or none of that bullshit. I'm not saying that. Not saying that at all. What I am saying is two adults, to be clear, two or more adults entering into a situation where someone is being compensated for an act to be rendered, run it all day. I'm a fan of that all day.
I am a fan of OnlyFans.
So, Michelle also asked, who do I feel a little bit for, T.I. and Tiny? Why is that? Talk to me about T.I. and Tiny. Cheryl says, if I choose to share something so personal like sexy pictures with whomever, then I should be willing to endure. Oh.
If nobody buys it, cool. If everybody raise your price. Have at it.
However, if pics are purposely stolen from me, now that's different. Yeah, but here's the thing: if you shared those pictures with your significant other, you know, for his or her eyes only, right? And they in turn violate that trust by sharing them with third parties that ain't got nothing to do with what it is. I don't know if I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I just
necessarily keep their private lives private.
I'm not sure if I could necessarily agree with that because, you know, you didn't ask to share it with that person. So therefore, it's like, yo, why are they privy to something, to use your word, Cheryl, as private as those pictures? That to me is the issue that I have when it comes to revenge porn and things like that. Because it's like, yo, it's for lack of a better word, it's just not fair. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, it's not right.
You really and truly can't. There's sometimes.
So yeah, I am a huge fan of I wouldn't say a huge fan of prostitutes, but yeah,
now when it comes to
I got love and respect for the prostitutes out there. I really do.
Where she was getting out of a car, and next thing you know, the paparazzi took a.
Let's see,
picture of her
Cheryl.
car. He wasn't trying to do that. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? So Michelle asked, "I'm a huge fan of prostitutes." Yeah. Yes, I am.
Let's see.
That
What
doesn't
we got.
necessarily mean that I partake in their.
The allegations against T.I. and Tiny were from age, from of age consenting
grade
adults. Kink doesn't equal sinister. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
It's your body, and like I said, it's no different than a rapper. It's no different than
So T.I. and Tiny
anybody that uses their body
were
as
dragged through the ringer
right? If it's
because
you were
of
born with,
they were basically soliciting third parties, and then from what I understand, it got really
at all.
super duper kinky.
Guess what? She got a super
And for all my,
she got paid off of it. I'm not mad at that. So yeah,
kink advocates in the chat room,
if you think about it, basically,
just like what Michelle said, kink doesn't equal sinister.
selling.
But what it is that we also live in a day and age where
Now,
people want to have something to talk about.
say that I'm a fan of
And
sex trafficking or
T.I. and Tiny are doing nothing, not much more different than what a lot of other people are doing in their sex lives. The difference is they just got a bigger platform, they got a bigger microphone, and whatever they do,
situation
people are always got something to say about it.
to be rendered, run it. All day. I'm a fan.
I've never been a fan of consenting adults engaging in whatever activity it is that they engage in, and then all of a sudden people want to judge them. I cannot stand the fact that our society wants you to be free and open and talk about this and blah, blah, blah. And then the minute that you do come out and talk about the things that you like or things that you enjoy, it's like, oh my God, how could you? Oh, you like that? Where? It's like, man, get the hell out of here. That's bullshit. That is pure and honest bullshit. It's like Michelle said. If there was no coercion of any kind and everyone is of age, meaning you are you're over 21. I don't even want to hear the 18. They are all over 21. Adults. All right? I don't feel it's cool to then go back and spread their sexual business because that is so true. And that is essentially what revenge porn is all about. Because you and that particular person fell out or something happened and now y'all ain't cool no more. Just like Casey Carter said. Revenge porn is childish.
You can ask to share it with that person. So therefore, it's like, yo, why are they privy to something?
I don't know them from a can of paint, so I'm basing this off them. That's true. I mean, we don't know them, and of course, what they say, is their side, her side, and then the truth. So there's somewhere in between we know. But at the end of the day, all I know from the information that I gathered when it came to this chat is you had T.I. and Tiny, adults. You had a third party, an adult. And all of a sudden, it's a problem. People are like, oh, my God, they doing threesomes. They doing this. They doing that. What the hell's wrong with this? Not a damn thing. Because if that woman, the third party, agreed to join them, what's the big deal? What is the big deal? Not a damn thing. Now, if they did something, I was going to say, even if it was something that she... If they did something to her that she didn't agree to, I mean, safe words and all the other stuff, then that's a different story. I got you. However, wait a minute, multiple third parties? So what, it was like an orgy? An orgy?
Let's talk about that.
Oh.
Let's talk about that.
Got no issue with orgies either, no.
It's your body.
I have no issue with orgies. But let's get back on track.
So T.I. and Tiny,
I wholeheartedly agree in that there's absolutely nothing wrong
because of
with
were basically
consenting
soliciting third
adults,
parties and then
male, female, 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 male, male, whatever, or threesomes, poly, whatever the case may be. If you have consenting adults on both sides, run it. But once again, just like, you know, how it is now, people say that, sure, I'm okay with that. But then you have revenge porn, or you have situations where people just don't want to be, people aren't comfortable with nudes and or sex tapes. Now, we talked about people sending unsolicited dick pics. Have I ever sent an unsolicited dick pic?
People are always got something to say about it.
No, I have not. That's just weird to me, though.
I've never.
Damn, girl, I love this conversation. Dick pic, it makes no sense to me. It's kind of weird. I don't understand. Ladies, if you've gotten a dick pic, I would love to hear about how it went down. How quickly in the conversation y'all were talking. It's like, hey, for lunch, I had Wendy's for lunch. Oh yeah, dick pic. It's like, let me know how that went down for y'all. But for me, that's very, 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 very weird to send a dick pic. An unsolicited dick pic, mind you. And at the same time, ladies or fellas, have you ever gotten an unsolicited, you know, titty pic or a twat pic? Let me know.
Over 21 adults.
And if you wish to send one,
then go back and spread their sexual business.
let me stop before I get cussed out.
And that is essentially what revenge porn is all about. You know, because you and that particular person,
You know what?
Something happened and now y'all ain't cool no more. Just like Casey Carter said, revenge porn is childish.
If you wish to send I'm soliciting dick pics. How about that? No, shit, I'm soliciting tit pics. My bad. Not no damn dick pics. Which the hell is send me dick pics?
So there's something between we know, but at the end of the day, all I know,
things like that happen all the time. Things like what though, Cheryl?
Is you had T.I. and Tiny adults, you had a third party, an adult, and all of a sudden it's a problem. People are like, oh my God, they doing threesomes, they doing this, they doing that. What the hell's wrong with this? Not a damn thing, because if that woman, the third party, agreed to join them, what's the big deal? What is the big deal? Not a damn thing.
I have a friend who regular.
Now, if they did something, I was gonna say,
I don't know.
even if it was something
So Cheryl says, I have a friend who regularly attends sex parties. Wait a minute. Sex parties where?
I mean, safe words and all the other stuff.
Like, what city and state are you in, Cheryl?
Wait a minute, multiple third
I
parties?
want to see what I need to do to get an
What, it's like
invite
an orgy?
to one of these
An
here
orgy?
parties that you're referring to.
Not no issue with orgies either. I have no issue with orgies. But let's
I have a friend who regularly attends sex parties. Never. Have I been to? Yes, I have. Let me not even start. So, you know what? You're exactly right, though, Cheryl. Things like, there are a lot of things that go on beneath the surface, if you will. And I think that for a lot of people, it's shocking that people have engaged in certain things. However, if you go all the way back to the 60s, I think is when the free love movement and, you know, the flower children and all the other shit, that's when it really came in. I wouldn't say in vogue, but it was put front and center that, yo, people are doing some stuff. It's shocking to a lot of people that there are many consenting adults that do a lot of things when it comes to sex. It's just, it's always, I don't know. It's always fascinating me. But anyway, like I said, have I been to a sex party? Sure. God, yes. Yes. Have the videotape to proof? No. I mean, it's not shocking to me per se, but it happens a lot more than people, you know, take. Michelle said unsolicited dick pic is ashy behavior. All right, curious, Michelle, how long into the conversation were y'all dating? Were y'all talking? How far into the situation did you just get the unsolicited dick pic? And what did you do with said dick pic? How did the conversation go? And I'm gonna try to. In fact, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna because I really want to get this conversation back going. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this real quick. We're going to get this thing popping. I promise you. Wait a minute, Michelle. You're saying that dudes will send unsolicited dick pics just because it's a Tuesday? Oh, that's funny. Okay. Well, I don't know what it is, why we do that. I think we're just proud of our junk. Who knows what it is? I have no idea as to why we do it. Like I said, I've never sent an unsolicited one, and based on what a couple of the other fellas in there are saying, neither have they. So, this is interesting. I do know that I'm having some serious audio. Here we go. All right, I think it's starting to work out now. All right, so... Y'all, it has been a very interesting conversation to say the least. Like I said, this one, going back a little bit as far as why I wanted to do this subject, is because I know it's just a part of dating in 2021, just modern dating. You know, not only do you have to learn the person, not only do you have to, you know, get to know them, but you just never know the things that they're into and some of the things that they do, which can be instant turnoffs. Not to mention, as you get into relationships, as you start, you know, getting closer to people, then their pasts might actually catch up as well, because it's like, yo, you didn't tell me you were you didn't tell me that you're an OnlyFans model. You didn't tell me that, you know, you've done amateur porn or something like that, you know? So it's a lot of things like that actually jump in to your present situation. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I just wanted to talk about that as a whole, just to see who's had that happen and how it actually affected their relationships. So I'm going to sign off on this one, y'all. As always, I definitely appreciate y'all. Thank you for yet another Markland Mondays conversation. It has been a good one, man. Thank you. And I'm not sure what we're going to talk about next week, but as y'all know, we do this each and every Monday. Every Monday, we're going to have a different conversation. And also, if you want to give me some conversation ideas, shoot them over to me. I'm happy to check them out. You got my social media, Christopher Markland, which is at Instagram and Facebook. So, hey, definitely appreciate y'all. I will see y'all next week. Y'all have a good one. Thanks.